Few sites on Earth are as majestic or as treacherous as the jagged region of Brittany located on the northwest coastline of France. Here can be found the legendary Carnac stones, a collection of over 3,000 massive rocks, arranged in rows and other shapes, and spreading across more than 2 miles of French countryside.
You're talking thousands of stones that are aligned in straight rows, aligned in circles, aligned in squares and rectangles. Why are people doing this? Why are they putting so much time and energy into something? And the short answer, I believe, is that we really don't know.
According to local legend, the megaliths were originally invading Roman soldiers, turned to stone by Merlin the magician. But if it wasn't magic that created this forest of stones, who or what did?
Modern archaeologists would say that people who were one step removed from cavemen were quarrying these giant stones, some of them weighing 100, 200 tons, even up to 350 tons, and then somehow moving them into place. When you first look at the stones here at Carnac, they seem to be in haphazard shapes. But on closer examination, we can see that most of the stones have been cut on one side or another. And in fact, these granite megaliths are magnetized with the earth, and nearly all of them come to a point.
Stone magnets? Is it possible that these stones were really cut and positioned in such a way as to create some sort of geomagnetic field? But why?
Carnac as a place is highly charged with energy. As you walk down these stone corridors, you can feel this charge. Many tourists who come here also like to touch the stones and feel the energy coming off of them. And the people who built Carnac must have been highly knowledgeable of the Earth's energy fields.
According to a concept known as the world grid theory, certain places on our planet contain higher magnetic forces than others.
An interesting coincidence for all the megalithic structures we have around the Earth is that they're placed at specific points that could be harnessing an ancient world energy grid.
There are certain spots around the world which have traditionally been sacred, hallowed, vortexes, energy feels different there.
The ancient stone monuments were built to harness that force and that potential to create a funnel-like vortex.
When we look at things like the Giza pyramids or Machu Picchu or Baalbek in Lebanon, all of these are placed at specific geocoded locations which relate to this world energy grid.
Could Carnac be one of these locations? And might the combination of geomagnetic properties and the unique shapes of the stones themselves have allowed ancient builders to actually manipulate gravity? If so, where did this knowledge come from? And what ultimate purpose did it serve?
It wasn't until we were able to see these stones from above in a helicopter that we realized that Carnac was meant to be seen from the sky above us.
And that is one of only 3 things that you can see from outer space. It's Nazca, Great Wall in China, and Carnac.
Were they meant to be seen by people in the sky? And who could have been flying at that time other than extraterrestrials?
At one end of the Carnac alignment, aerial researchers identified a stone circle, similar to the one found at Stonehenge. At the other end, investigators on the ground discovered a rectangle of stones, one that had been buried for centuries. Both groupings appeared precisely placed to predict both the summer and the winter solstice. And when even more closely examined from above, the solstice points and the alignment of Carnac's many rows of stones reveal yet another geometric phenomenon: the shape of a Pythagorean, or right triangle, covering many square miles. But how could the builders of Carnac have had knowledge of a sophisticated mathematical theorem approximately 2,000 years before its discovery by the Greek mathematician Pythagoras?
These conclusions about the Pythagorean theorem doesn't come from me. It actually comes from quite advanced mathematicians who have looked at these alignments and made the calculations. We're talking Stone Age time. And they knew about a squared plus b squared equals c squared. They knew about it, yes. But why? Who told them this? At the time, extraterrestrials told our ancestors, put this stone here, put this stone there, with the idea that a future generation would have to stumble across this mathematical riddle that somebody would say, hold on a second, this was erected during the Stone Age, yet here we have advanced mathematics. How is this possible?
Now these extraterrestrials, they asked themselves, how could we give them a sign? And there was a suggestion made. In French Brittany, kilometers of stone lines in a form of a triangle, gigantic triangle. So we have the sign, we have the information, but nobody looks at it. It's time to change our attitude to these things.
I think that these stones are transmitting energy that extraterrestrials or others in airships could pick up this energy like a GPS system or some kind of airport beacon and use it for navigating the entire planet.